In our society, curiosity is often praised as a strength, a sign of intelligence and versatility. Yet for many people, having too many interests can create a quiet tension that few talk about. This tension is not about laziness or distraction. It is an identity problem rooted deeply in the psychology of self-concept and personal coherence. Each time we pursue a new hobby, a new skill, or a new idea, our brain evaluates it against our internal narrative. Does this fit with who I really am? When our self-concept is clear, the answer is simple. When it is fragmented, each new interest triggers subtle tension, making us feel restless and unfulfilled. Psychological research calls this phenomenon identity diffusion. It occurs when our interests multiply faster than our internal narrative can integrate them. People experiencing identity diffusion often feel scattered, anxious, and in a constant state of evaluation, wondering if they are doing the right thing at every moment. High curiosity, openness to experience, and intellectual flexibility are traits common among polymaths and highly creative individuals. Yet these same traits can generate frustration if they are not anchored by self-awareness. Without clarity, interests can compete, and energy leaks into pursuits that feel meaningful but fail to reinforce identity. The solution is not to limit curiosity or reduce interests. Instead, psychology suggests integration, identifying the underlying patterns that connect your passions. When we recognize the recurring themes, values, or motivations that guide our choices, our internal narrative stabilizes. Integration transforms curiosity from a source of fragmentation into a tool for identity expression. Instead of chasing each new interest randomly, we choose pursuits that align with our core values. Over time, this creates a sense of coherence, meaning, and emotional stability. This process also reduces anxiety and comparison. Many people with scattered interests feel pressure when observing peers who appear focused and successful. When interests are integrated into a coherent identity, these comparisons lose their sting, and personal progress is evaluated through internal alignment rather than external metrics. The key question shifts from which interest should I pick next to what patterns connect my interests. By framing exploration through the lens of internal themes, we convert curiosity into structured personal growth. This subtle shift is both psychological and practical. It empowers deliberate action while honoring diverse passions. Once you begin recognizing the patterns in your interests, the next step is reflection. Reflection allows you to distinguish between fleeting curiosity and pursuits that genuinely resonate with your core values. Over time, this process creates a stable internal narrative that can accommodate diversity without fragmentation. For example, someone might love painting, coding, and reading philosophy. At first glance, these seem disconnected, yet a deeper analysis might reveal a unifying theme: creativity applied to problem-solving or abstract thinking. Recognizing this allows identity to anchor while still embracing multiple passions. Integration also reduces the pressure of choice. When your identity is clear, saying yes or no to a project becomes less about fear or comparison and more about alignment. This clarity improves emotional resilience and decision-making, allowing curiosity to flow purposefully. Neuroscience shows that humans are wired for pattern recognition. The brain seeks coherence, and incoherence triggers subtle stress responses. By consciously identifying patterns among your interests, you reduce cognitive friction and align neurological processes with personal identity. This integration is also protective against analysis paralysis. Without a coherent narrative, every new interest feels urgent and decision-making becomes exhausting. Integration creates a guiding framework, transforming curiosity into strategic exploration rather than aimless wandering. Practically, start by listing your passions and identifying recurring themes or values. Then ask, which of these genuinely reflects my priorities and long-term aspirations? Over time, consistently choosing interests that align with this core theme builds a resilient and expressive identity. Many polymaths struggle not because they are incapable, but because their internal narrative has not caught up with their explorations. Identity integration turns multiple interests from a liability into a strength, enabling sustained creativity, focus, and self-trust. The final lesson is subtle but profound. Your identity does not restrict curiosity. It organizes it. When you consciously construct a cohesive internal narrative, you do not have to sacrifice exploration. Instead, every interest becomes a chapter of your coherent personal story. When you integrate interests with identity, life feels less like scattered attempts and more like deliberate exploration. You gain clarity, reduce anxiety, and cultivate a sense of purpose that transcends external comparison. Remember, the struggle you feel is not a flaw, it is a signal. Your mind is asking for coherence, for a story that connects your passions meaningfully. By embracing this psychological insight, you turn multiplicity into mastery and curiosity into direction.